Okay, so our next one is heat. So we're out of our acute inflammatory phase. We're in that proliferation or repair phase. So what do we want to do? So in this next 3 to 7 days, we're trying to increase the blood vessel size, get blood flow so we can help the healing. So what we want to do is, that old blood is blocking new blood from entering the injury site. So we're not really getting those good things that come from blood, like nutrients for rebuilding. So let's use some heat. So how does heat help the body? So it's also going to help decrease pain, and then it can help create that optimal healing environment. Increase range of motion, and then can start helping relax muscles. Now remember, heat mimics inflammation, so they both increase metabolic rate, vasodilations when the blood vessels get bigger, and then more oxygen to the tissues. So if we have inflammation already, we don't want to add inflammation to it. That's why we use ice first and then heat afterwards. So these are the four we're going to look at. So a hydroculator, that's just that heat pack that I have. So what you do is you put the heat packs here in this hot water. They get really warm, and then you pat it up, and it creates a nice heating element. So it's used for superficial heating. It's not going to get too deep, and we don't leave it on for more than 20 minutes. Now, the only problem with these is you have to have it attached to a source. But they are good. You can use them wherever. Okay, hydrotherapy or whirlpool. So we did the cold water immersion. You can actually do the opposite and have hot water immersion. So, a lot of you probably have a hot tub or somewhere that you go, and you just feel really good afterwards. And we can do the same thing. We can, put our whole body in, just put our ankles in, our hands, whatever. But we can get those healing effects. Now, the problem with these is they are kind of expensive, and they have to stay in one spot. And the temperature range we want to get here is 95 to 104 degrees. Another one we have is contrast therapy. Now, this one's interesting because what we can do is alternate between hot and cold. So if you've sprained your ankle or hurt your wrist or something like that, we can do this. So what you do is, what it's good for is it helps decrease the swelling and increase range of motion. It kind of acts as like a pump. So we get our hot tub anywhere between 102 to 110 degrees. Then we get our cold tub, and we're going to go back and forth. So we're going to do 5 minutes in the heat and 1 to 2 minutes in the cold for a total of 20 minutes. And then we always end with the cold. And so that's going to open and close our blood vessels, will restrict blood vessels, and it kind of acts as a pump to really get that swelling out of there. Then we have the paraffin bath. This is a mineral and wax substance. So the wax is actually up to 118 to 126 degrees. Now, if you did that with water, you would burn your hand, but whereas this is a wax with mineral oil added, you will just get the heating effects. So it delivers heat to small areas. I use it mainly for like jam fingers or hands or anything. A lot of people that have arthritis or bad inflammation, they'll use that as well. But I like to use it for jam fingers and things.